Welcome to part 2 of Tetris series. So the last time we made a canvas and I said I was going to make it flash, but things just didn't go well. So here is it. Here is our canvas. So what are we doing in this episode? We are going to be making a Tetrominos and rendering it. So let's see how well it goes. So create a new C# script. Name it Tetros in short. Then open that up in Visual Studio. Load. This is taking much time than I expected. Not responding. Seriously? Okay. First, let's remove this mono behavior. We don't need it. Delete the start and update method because we don't need it. So let's create a constructor for our Tetros class. Boom. We need some set of variables. Number one, we need the integer of the position on the x. Let's use a float. For some reason that will be known later. Pose x and public float pose y. Then we need an array of integers. So I'll be explaining that. Let me say pixels 2. So basically, a Tetromino piece is like a 4x4 grid. So let me show you what I mean in Paint. I don't have Photoshop for now, so we have to make do with what we have here. So basically, a Tetromino's piece in game is just like a 4x4 grid. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get our paint bucket. So in order to render the eyepiece, we can color this. And we have an eyepiece. To make our O piece, we can decide to give this a color like this. To make our T piece, we can decide to color like this. So it's basically a 4x4 grid of integers ranging from 0 to 1. 0 means there is nothing there. 1 means there is something there. Okay. So pixels equals to new array of integers, which is 4x4. Then let's set our pose x to 0 and pose y equals to 0. So for example, what we are doing here now is basically we are manually setting where is where. So pixels 0, 1 equals to maybe 0. So let's copy that. V, Ctrl V, Ctrl V. So then this will be 1, 2, oh sorry, 2 and 3, and this will be 0, being the first column, and being the first row. 0, no, indexing starts from 0, so let's copy and paste. So we have 1 here, 0, 1 2 3 0 1 2 3. So we have 1 here, 2 here, and 3. We have 1 2 and 3, 1 2 and 3, 1 2 and 3. So what piece should we start with? Let's start with a T piece. So for a T piece, we can make this 1 and 1. So like that we have a T piece. So let's go to our game canvas class. So let me close this enumerator wherever. We don't need it for now. So let's create a new Tetris. Tetris TET temporarily equals to new Tetris. Boom. So let's create a new method. We call it draw piece. So for draw piece, we're going to take in a Tetris here. Tetris. Let's just call it Tetris 2. Let's call it Tetris 2. So let's loop. Ctrl KS for the for loop, and Ctrl KS again for another for loop, since we are dealing with a multi-dimensional array. So we change them both to 4. So before we draw any piece, we need to know which part should be painted and which part should not be painted. So which part should be drawn and which part should not be drawn or rendered. So we need to check if Tetris dot pixels I, j is greater than 0. So meaning it only draws what has 1. So we have the pixels of the game canvas I, j dot color equals to color maybe dot red. So in our start method, let's draw a piece and call it det, which is our det. So I might have probably missed something in the process of drawing this, so I can always find it later. Okay, yes, I know what I'm missing. We need to add this to the integer of posX of Tetris dot posX, and add the integer of Tetris dot posY. The reason why I'm adding that, you know very soon. So let's go back into our game and give it a shot. I hope it runs flawlessly. Wow. Boom, it does. Now you have a Tetris piece going red. So let's make our Tetris piece move down. So basically in the update method, just add to the Y position of your Tetris piece. So tet dot pose Y plus plus. It's going to be very fast. So let me just use cost to time the delta time. So it's going to move every second. Then we have to draw it every frame then. So T. We need to draw it every time. Let's give that a shot. So what's going on here? This is a very common issue with rendering. Before you render anything, you always have to make sure that your canvas, you need to clear your canvas before you render anything, which is very, very important. So let's create a method here, call it void clear canvas. So let's use loops as usual. Ctrl K and S shortcut. So we'll call this J. So make this height, or this height after width. I don't know why it's like that, but at least we do it and it works. And that's what matters. If it ain't broke, it's working. So pixels I, comma J dot color equals to color dot maybe black. So at the beginning of, before you draw anything, so instead of drawing it, let me just remove this here from here. So before you do anything, first clear your canvas and it has to work, and I hope it does. So now it works very well. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. So let's try to draw another kind of piece. Let's go into our Tetris piece. Okay, we have another piece called the Z piece. So let's draw that. Remove this and remove this. So we have Z pattern like this. Let's get into Unity. Okay. And boom. Another kind of Tetris piece. So we have our eyepiece also. Let's draw that too. So our eyepiece is the major reason why we are using a 4x4 grid. So this is very good. It's working as expected, and I'm happy. We didn't encounter too much errors because I have no prior knowledge of this. I just imagine and I say, oh, let's do it. What else? So I think we have come to the end of this part of this episode, part 2. In the next episode, I don't know what we'll be doing, but maybe I'll learn out. Maybe next episode might be about spawning new Tetris and having them, stop and stage up. And later we'll learn how to clear lines, scoring mechanism, then add some beauty to the game. So Blender spoiler alert, I'm going to be working with Blender later to actually beautify the game. So let's see this once again. So this is lovely. This is not really all that performance friendly on my laptop here, but that shouldn't be a problem for everyone else. So there should be an error as soon as this thing gets below the ground, an array out of index error. So we'll learn how to catch all those errors later. Let me clear this. So thanks for watching this episode, and I hope you like it. If my mode of explanation is not all that comprehensive, please let me know in the comments below so I can know how to adjust. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful time learning Tetris.